Hey, what's going on, guys? So, just bringing you a deck profile of my Sylvan deck for the April 2015 ban list. I've been working on this deck for quite a while. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, just wanted to show it to you guys. So, hope you enjoy the video. First up, for the main deck, we got 3 Sylvan Hermitaries. This is the main Sylvan in the deck that starts off all your plays. You want to try and get this out as fast as possible because its effect, once per turn you can excavate the top card. If it's a Sylvan, you get to excavate it, or if it's a plant, you get to excavate it and you get to draw a card. It's really good with this deck because it gives you that draw power to get to your combo pieces, and also when this card's excavated, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and arrange them in any order, which also helps the excavation plays. Plus 2700 attacks, pretty good, and level 8, meaning I can go into Fellground a lot easier with this deck, and that's why I run 3 of him. Next we got 3 Sylvan Sage Coil. Similar effect to Hermitry, once per turn you can excavate the top card of your deck to the grave. You don't get a draw of Sage, but his other effect is you can basically special summon him whenever you excavate another Sylvan card. It does miss timing with the field, Mount Sylvania, but every other effect you can drop him onto the field. 2600 attacks, pretty good, and when he's excavated you get to add a Sylvan spell or trap. Well, I'm not running any traps, so basically, yeah, Sylvan spell for me. From my grave to my hand, and also being level 7 Aurea plays with this insane, and also Big Eye, Draco Attack, etc. So I run 3 Sage. Next I run 2 Sylvan Martial Leaf. This card's really good because it's just a normal summon excavate 2 pretty much, and then its effect when it gets excavated pretty much destroys a monster on the field. So it pops monsters and gives me a quick excavate 2. So that's why I really like Martial Leaf. Next, 2 Peacekeepers, bumping it up to 2 this time. Because of the 3 Lone Fire, so it's a lot better in the deck at 2. You can abuse it even more, and also when it's normal or special summon, you get a quick 1 excavation. But yeah, its main effect, when you excavate Peacekeeper, you get to target level 4 or lower plant type monster in your grave and special summon it, mainly going for the Lone Fire. Next up to 2 Sylvan Princess Sprout. Really broken plays with Lone Fire Soul Charge with this. Its effect, you can tribute it, excavate the top card of your deck to your grave, and then you can place 1 Sprout monster from your grave back onto the top of the deck. So more than likely you're going to go for the Sylvan Princess Sprout, just so that you can guarantee a mill off with Sage or Hermitry. Then its effect is when it's excavated, you can call level from 1 to 8, and this becomes that level. So really good for the XYZ plays with Fellground, Aurea, Draco Attack. Just really helps the deck out with that. Next, 2 Cherub Sprout. Now they've got Guap Bulb as well. Running 2 Cherub Sprout just because they can get to Spore and Guap Bulb quicker. Also getting to the Princess Sprout just really helps out the deck. Speeds it up. Getting a mill off of Cherub Sprout really opens up lots of players. And also its effect, when it's special summoned, I can excavate either 1 or 2, so it's another way of milling cards from my deck. So I'm really happy with it. Next we've got the spell and trap removal, which is the Kamashumo. When it's excavated you get to pop a spell or trap on the field, which is really handy, especially end phase with Mount Sylvania is amazing. And its other effect is when it's flip face up you can call 1 to 5 and excavate that many. So it also excavates you a ton of cards if you can set it and get it off. That's why I like Kamashumo at 2. Next, of course, because Sylvan's plant deck, Lone Fire at triple. Basically, obviously you're going to run 3 Lone Fire in this deck. The quicker you can get to it, the better. And it also sets up those power plays, especially with Soul Charge. Next, run double Rose Lover, just to get rid of those Hermitries in your hand mainly. Sage is alright in your hand because you can drop it whenever you excavate a Sylvan, but the Rose Lover just helps out when you got those Hermitries in your hand, and that's why I chose to run 3 Hermitries, because even if I do draw a ton, Rose Lover usually gets to the grave pretty quick, and then I can capitalise on that. Next are the 2 tuners of the deck. Obviously Guap Bulb doesn't get its effect. Sylvans don't activate when you send a card because it's not actually excavating, but it's still a level 1 plant tuner that you can bring back, and it opens up a lot of synchro plays. And plus, because you can bring that with Cherry Sprout, it's even better. And the MVP tuner of the deck is the Spore. This card's really good because you can level manipulate. You can banish a Sage, make it level 8, and you can XYZ with this as well. So I've gone into Felgrand many times with Spore, and also synchroing up to Leo and Star Eater. And not to mention being able to Miracle Fertilizer it back as well, being a plant, just helps out the deck really a lot. And next, the only non-plant type monsters in the deck are double Curie Bandit. Running this because first turn it's amazing, getting off 5 excavations and adding a spell or trap. Also, if you mill a Sage and another Sylvan spell, you're pretty much adding 2 spells to your hand first turn. So it's a really good move. Late game it's not so good, that's why I've cut it back to 2. But yeah, seeing it in your first hand is always really well. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. We've got no traps, so just want to keep the deck as fast as possible. Got 3 Mount Sylvania. Not running the 2 and a Terraforming, just because I think that if I have Sylvan Charity, I can put back a Mount Sylvania, so it's an extra target for Charity, and it's also an extra target for Sage Crower, because it is counts as a Sylvan card. So yeah, that's my choice of running 3. I would see it as much as Terraforming, but yeah, it's probably the main spell of the deck, because it does let me stack a Sylvan card on top of the deck, and that's why I'd like to see more of it, and that's my choice of running 3. Because if it gets MST'd, I always want a second or even third one to back it up. Next, obviously running the 3 Sylvan Charity. Absolutely brilliant card, drawing 3, stacking 2 back. Sets up really insane plays with Lone 5 Blossom. Basically it digs 3 cards into your deck, and yeah, it's just absolutely incredible. Same with Sage, being able to bring it back from the grave, just plussing even more. Yeah, it's probably my favourite card in the deck. Next, also running triple Miracle Fertilizer. Again, yeah, it's like a monster reborn. You can activate more than once per turn. And if you XYZ with the monster you bring out, it stays on the field. You can also bounce it back with Aurea to abuse it even further. And it just sets up the OTK insanely well. So yeah, Miracle Fertilizer at 3. And it's also MST bait, so that they hit this instead of your field card or whatnot. So really happy with it. Next, you got triple upstart, because you're stacking cards onto your deck. So if you do want to draw a card you stacked, say Mount Sylvania stacks a Charity, and you want to draw into that straight away, then yeah, you've got upstart for that. And also, yeah, pretty much getting through the deck thinning, 37 card deck, and yeah, really well in this deck. Next, you've just got 2 MSTs. You've got 2 Kamashirumos, so I think 2 MSTs is enough. Don't want to go for the overkill, and it's good to set MST, bluff them to think you're running traps. And the final card, yep, you guessed it, Soul Charge. Because Lone Fire, Soul Charge, now that it's at 3, can net me double Felgrand and Draco, double Felgrand Aurea, Draco, Master of Blades. It's absolutely incredible with the deck, and you just plus so much of it. And it sets up a game-winning field, pretty much, so definitely running the Soul Charge. So for the main deck, 40 cards obviously, trying to keep it as consistent as possible. Next, onto the extra deck. So running double Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. This is the card that I want to bring out first turn most of the time. It's absolutely brilliant. Effect Veiler on legs pretty much, and 2800 beat stick. Also can protect itself, so it usually stays around for a fair while. And yeah, just trying to get this out first turn is always my main priority. That's why I love Hermitry so much. Next, got the 1 Hellopolis Dragon. This is, again, is to destroy those pesky cards like Leo that can't be targeted, because yeah, this effect does not target. And I've usually always got monsters in my hand, so I can abuse its effect, popping 3 or 4 monsters on my opponent's side of the field, leading to the OTK as well. So I really like it. Next, definitely running the Alsaid, the Sylvan High Protector. 3/2 defense is hard for a lot of decks to get over. Star Eater can't even get over this if it's in defense. And its effect is amazing, being able to cull any card in the game, getting a free excavation off every turn, and if it is the card you culled, you get to add it to your hand, which is a plus, and if it's not, you get to detach and send a monster or a card from your opponent's side of the field to the top or bottom of the deck. So either way, your opponent's either going minus or you're going plus, and it's hard to get over. So yeah, first turn or even second turn, I'll say, is really good in the deck as well. See for the rank 8s up to the rank 7s. Obviously playing the Aurea, I could bump it up to 2, I've considered it. It's absolutely brilliant against lots of decks. Being able to bounce multiple cards, up to 3 cards, including your own, bounce your own Miracle Fertilizers, being able to attribute a plant type monster to pretty much look at the number of cards on top of your deck equal to its level. So if you tribute Hermitry, you're looking at 8 cards from your deck, being able to stack all of them however you like. So sets up for turns, 3 or 4 turns ahead once you bring it out. Pretty much if you can estimate what you're going to be excavating with this card, then yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Probably my favourite, rank 7. Next you got the number 11 Big Eye. Obviously there's steel monsters, that sort of thing, staple in a rank 7 extra deck. Next, the Draco Attack, not as good this format. It's alright to sit on first turn if you only have the Sages instead of the Hermitries, being able to protect itself. Also, popping effect is really nice, especially for things you can't get around. And next, last XYZ is Master Blades. Excellent if it's targeted. You can negate and destroy that card, and then another card. 2700 attack, so it's got a pretty hefty amount of damage on board, and yeah, double Pearl Grand Master Blades is pretty hard to get around. So that's it for the XYZs. The other half are Synchros, obviously. I only run 2 Synchros, tuners in the deck, but I can bring them back a lot with Peacekeeper, Cherry Sprout, that sort of thing, Miracle Fertilizer. So I got the Star Eater. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, level 11 of the deck. Pretty much, yeah, in there for a B-stick if I want to attack over a Leo or something, and being unaffected is also really nice when it's attacked. Next, obviously for the 10, a Leo, brilliant card, 3100 attack, can't be targeted except for my main phase 2. So you can just sit on that card, and it's a lot hard for a lot of decks to deal with. It absolutely ruins Soul Dragon Infinity, as I've been playtesting on DevPro, just because they can't target it to destroy it, and it's not high enough attack to get over it. So it's a brilliant card in that regard. Next, for the late Scrap Dragon, probably one of my favourites, being able to pop a card on your opponent's side of the field, and if I just set a dead MST or upstart or something, I can do it for free that way. And 2800 attack is also really good, and just a staple for a level 8 Synchro. Next, you got the Crimson Blader. Again, really love this card, shutting down multiple decks, 2800 attacks, decent, and it's also got pretty high defense with 2600, and yeah, being able to lock down decks since they can't special summon level 5 or higher is really handy. Next, the 7 Black Rose Dragon. Can use its second effect because I run a plant deck. I don't really use it that often. I'm more going to blow up the field, unless of course I can deal damage per game, and I've got no back row, flip something up, attack per game, that sort of thing. I would go Black Rose, but mainly it's for the field destruction, which is pretty handy. Next, the Armory Arm, because that's very easy to get out. Can have a Armory Arm Leo, 4/1 attack, Armory Arm Aurea, Armory Arm anything really. Really, really handy. First turn, Armory Arm Felgrand, yep, lots of decks can't deal with that, and it's just one of my favourite cards from the extra deck. Just give 1000 attack, decent, and it helps out a lot. And for the final card we got Formula Synchron, because I do run lots of level 1s, nets me a free draw.